Today we're going to chat about what I can do to rescue my own relationships if I have an autistic child that I'm constantly worried about. Thank you for watching. My name is Nanette. I studied to be a teacher years ago. I've been in the field of special needs and particularly autism for the past 15 years. And I'm also a mother to 3 young children myself. I make weekly videos that I love to share with parents. These videos are free and we are all about sharing practical and easy to implement strategies for families that you can go and implement in the comfort of your own home. We really feel strongly about strategies that are easy and functional and things that make a real positive difference to your life. So make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss any of these weekly videos that we love sharing with you. So today's topic is quite a distressing and a concerning topic, because it's alarming to notice the number of families that we work with, that we speak to, that we read about even, that are having a tough time with their relationship with their partners. And this is a concern, not only because these parents are managing quite a few extra stresses in life compared to families with neurotypical kids, but also because the statistics note such a high rate of divorce for our community. And therefore it is important to think about these things and to implement some simple strategies, things that we can do, little changes that we can make, or things that we can become aware of at home that's going to help us manage our relationships with our partners, even if we are worried about our child, because that happens. Now, with any family, if you move from being a couple to adding children in your family, becoming a family with children, it does increase stress. There are many other things that we need to think of, that we need to plan for, that we need to incorporate and include in everyday life. But even more so, if we have a child with additional needs, a child with special needs, then there are even more things to think about. And for us as parents, we are concerned about our children's welfare, about their education, about their development. And if that's something that we are constantly thinking about, it does have an impact on our other relationships as well. And most importantly, on our relationship with our partner. And that is something that should be solid, especially because we need each other to support when we are even thinking about our child and our child's future. So it's necessary for our relationship to be solid. There are a few important tips that I would like to share with you and with other families on this topic. When we think about a child, perhaps you have a child who has recently been diagnosed with autism, there are many different emotions and feelings that you experience. And it is important that you need to allow yourself to experience these feelings, to feel these emotions. There's a usual cycle of feeling a sense of loss, perhaps, of feeling sad at times, of feeling hopeless at times. And then it can happen quite easily that these feelings can turn into feelings of guilt. Now, although I don't want to tell you what you're allowed to feel and what not, because I just said that we should validate and we should allow ourselves to experience these feelings, I do want to mention that guilt is one that you can and should let go of. There's nothing that you are doing that you're not trying to do the best for your child. All of us, we all want the best for our own children. And for us as parents, that's something we think about often. And for you, exactly the same. Don't beat yourself up about it if some days you do something that perhaps tomorrow you want to do differently. But we are all learning. There's no manual for being a parent. And also, there's definitely no manual for being a parent to a child with specific needs. Now, 2 things I want to share with you today, and these are things that I'm sure you've heard over and over again, but it is important that we start being practical in implementing these things in our own lives and on a consistent basis as well. I have a video available that speaks about the importance of being consistent with different things. I'll add the link in the comment section below so that you can go and have a look at that video too. So the first thing that I want to share with you is to increase your me time. Now, I'm pretty sure that if you're hearing this phrase, perhaps you're rolling your eyes or thinking, oh my word, how do I increase my me time if I have a child that I'm constantly thinking about. If I have other kids, if I'm trying to work on my relationships, how is it going to help by increasing me time? Now, most of us don't even include any me time in our days because we've got lots to do on a daily basis. But to take care of yourself is important so that we are in a condition and in a good state to supporting our children and also to be a supportive partner. Now, this is something, increasing your me time and having me time if you don't have any, or starting to implement me time if you don't do that already. I'm not talking about taking a day off for yourself necessarily, or having a spa day, or going for a massage. If you can do that, please go ahead and do so, because that would be amazing. But for many of us as parents, we don't have that type of time available. We don't have perhaps someone that can look after our children or our child when we want to do something like taking a day off to ourselves. Be realistic, because we don't want this to add additional stress to your already full life. But think of a little way here and there of how you can increase me time in your day. It can be something as simple as sitting down with a warm cup of coffee, or sitting outside in the fresh air for a few minutes. It doesn't have to be an hour or even more. A few minutes of quality me time is good enough for you to rejuvenate, to feel in a way that you can support your family going from there and going forward. There's no rush, though. Try to slow down, even if it's for a few minutes. There are always things that we want to work on, that we want to improve and increase and develop with our families and with our children, but there is no rush. It is important for you to be in a good space to support your family too, and to be a supportive partner, as I've said already. And then one other thing, and this is something that is going to involve you and your partner. Schedule, if you can, a weekly date night. And here again, don't think, I can't do it, it's impossible. For our family, this is not going to work, because we can make something work for our own families too. Perhaps it's not an option to go out and have a meal together once a week or even once a month. Perhaps it's not an option to go for a walk, you and your partner together. Perhaps you don't have someone to watch the kids. Perhaps you can't leave your child at this point in the care of someone else, and that's okay. But schedule, even if it's a few minutes, sitting together, reading a book, just sitting side by side, reading your own book, or having a little chat about your day, if that is something you enjoy doing, or having a cup of coffee together, or just having a chat before you go to bed at night. Scheduling these little date nights, and you can start seeing it as little date nights, even if you're not going out, that's fine. But try to be consistent with it so that we can work constructively on our relationships with our partners as well. You are doing a fantastic job, and we would love to know in the comment section down below what you are going to do today to treat yourself or something for yourself and for your relationship with your partner. If you feel like you can share some ideas with other parents out there, please try and keep it simple. It doesn't have to be something fancy. I would actually prefer if it's not something too elaborate. Try to share something simple with other parents that's going to help them in this journey of parenthood as well. And if you found today's video helpful, please consider sharing it with other families as well, so that we can support more families and more parents out there. Thank you for watching.